Hey, hi and welcome back. In this session, we're going to see how you can install the Linux file system package on the virtual machine. Okay, so I already have one virtual machine with the name Linux-client. So if I open the console and then if I elevate it, I need to provide the password here. And if I wanted to find the IP address, so I need to run the ipconfig F1A. So when I can see that IP address is 192.168.0.8. Okay, you can see over here. So what I need to do, uh, again you go to the console machine, open the command center. So there are two methods. One is like an push install or remote install, and another one is an local install, or otherwise it is also called interactive install. So let me try the push install. Right, let's go to that command center. On the left hand side, you have the navigation window. You scroll down, manage servers, and then in the type, select all. So these are all the machines that are already configured. Add server. So here, give the IP address of that particular Linux machine. So 192.168.0.105. Okay, that console. We close this. These are too many windows. Okay, I don't even want the windows to open. So yeah, you can just keep it there. So give the IP address of that Linux machine. Just verify if that is correct. 105. So that is correct. And here you have to select the Unix operating system because that's an Ubuntu, which is a flavor of Linux. And you see the username here. So username is I already have a username that is Abdul, and I'll give the password. Again enter the password, and port 22 should be open. So in my case, I don't have any firewall running on the console and also the Linux client. Okay, so you don't need to worry about that. So port 22 should be open, and you scroll down. Okay, I miss anything. Yes, I miss selecting the packages. So select the drop down here and scroll a little bit down. There is a file system, right? So I'm going to select the file system. Now I can install it. So this method is called the remote package installation or push install, right? Push install. But I don't want to give it try because I wanted to show you another method of installation which is called as an interactive installation. So what actually means is that I will be manually copying the Linux package, convert package onto this machine, and then I will be running it interactively. So let's see that. So the machine right now, the IP address you see that, right? 0.105. For copying, so where I have the software, I have to download from my cloud.comworld.com, and I have kept it on the desktop. You see on the software, you have something called the Unix one, right? This is a Unix package which I downloaded from cloud.comworld.com, and it is 11.32 version. So I have a zip file of that. So that should be fine. And what I have to do, I have to move this file or copy this file onto the Linux virtual machine from my desktop onto this machine. So what is the tool used for that is you have to open the browser and then search for WinSCP. And then if you open this particular window, the sorry the first URL, so that's going to show you that. So WinSCP is a free tool. You can download it. So I already downloaded that, and I have that on my download location. So I will run this setup file. So accept the EULA. So use the typical, that should be fine. And so the default options, let's go with that and install. That's it. It is finished. So go to the next step. The next step is I have to open the WinSCP from my search bar. Okay, now it is asking the IP address of the Linux machine. Okay, it is 192.168.0.105. We are not sure to confirm. Go to that console. Now you can see that 105 is the IP address. Okay, so and username that I created is Abdul. Password would enter. So we need to accept that. Okay, now it is connected. So here, this is my what you're seeing on the left hand side is my home laptop, is my personal computer, and this is the VMware workstation virtual machine. So I have the files kept on the desktop, software, and Unix, right? This one I have to copy it onto the slash home Abdul, okay? So, or else we can also change the path to something, the TMP location should also be fine. So try to copy this over here. I'm copying into slash TMP, yes, confirm it. So it's going to take some time. Let me pass the video. Okay, so the transfer has been completed. Now I can see in the temp file. So we can close this WinSCP. Yes. So what I want to do is that I want to, so it is hard to, manage from the console. I wanted to connect this virtual machine, Linux virtual machine, from my home computer or from my laptop, right? Search here for putty session and enter the IP address of that machine. So accept it. Okay, so now it is connected. So I elevated to the root shell. Okay, sudo su is for changing it to the root user. So now I'm in the root. So navigate to slash tmp, cd slash tmp, ls will list the files. So I have that zip file. So what I need to do, I need to unzip it. Okay. Okay, it says that unzip command is not installed. Okay, so what I have to do, it's not found. So I have to run this command to install the unzip command. Okay, now it is done. So use up arrow to run the command again. So it is going to extract the files inside that. So you can see that it's done. So I need to go to the Unix directory. Okay. if you do ls minus ldrh, so here the binary that is uh, needed for installing this particular convert package is cvpkg add. So it doesn't have an executable permissions, right? So what you have to do, you have to run the chmod hyphen r, or you can do chmod 755 and give that particular file executable permissions ls minus ldrh. Okay, now run dot slash cvpkg add. So this is the command to execute the installation of the convert package. Okay, hit enter. So says that we got some issue here. So what we can do is we need to change the permissions. I'll be changing the permissions recursively. Okay, now try to do again. Okay, so that was the permission issue. So after changing the permissions recursively with the directory, now the installation started. So go to the next, install packages on this machine or create a custom package. So I want to install the packages on this machine only. Next, go for an advanced selection. Next, so I want the file system, okay, and I want the file system core both, okay. So click on next. Do you want to install the agents and restore only? No, should be fine. Click on next. Click on no. Go for the next. So installation directory slash opt should be okay. Go for the next. The default should be fine. Go for the next. And you want to configure the software for laptop? No. Next. Do you want to assign dedicated Unix group? No, should be fine. Go for the next. And so what is that? The client name or a physical machine host name it's asking. So now it is we have to give the IP address because the host name Ubuntu 20 is not resolvable. I don't have any DNS, so we have to give the IP address only. So the IP address here is 105, right? So let's enter that. Go for the next. And client name is something, the COM vault for an backup admin understanding. So this can be anything. So Ubuntu 20 should be fine. We can change that later. Click on next. And again, so that's a review before installation. Go for the next. Now you can see that installation is started. Okay, let me pause the video and then we'll come back. Okay, now it is asking the ComSer or gateway host name. For that, you have to go to that ComSer machine and here open the ComSer console and try to see the left hand side there is a ComSer name. Click on the properties. Okay, so whatever you see in the host name, ComSer host name, you have to enter that. Okay, 192.168.0.200. Okay, so this one you can keep default. Click on next, and there is no proxy, so no. Next, and go for next. Okay, now it's asking the credentials, right? So these are the to register the client, you must enter the valid username and password or authorized code. So I want to give the credentials. These are the credentials of your ComCell console. These are not the credentials of the server, right? These are the credentials of your ComCell console or the credentials that you use to enter for connecting to the command center or ComCell console. Okay, click on next. Okay, do not configure for now. Click on next and yeah. So go with the default next. Please select and subclient policy. Okay, do not configure next. Storage policy it's asking. So I do not want to configure. We can do this later. Click on next. Okay, so boom, installation successful. So if you wanted to see the services running, Commvault status and Commvault list. These are the very important commands, right? So these are all the services running, and if you wanted to see the config information, Commvault status. So this is the ComSer IP and the home directory where the package is installed, log directory, right? And your version. You can see the details here. So now let's go back to your uh, ComSer machine and let's see the command center. Close this, and over here you're in the manage servers. So go to the manage servers, and here you try to refresh it. Okay, Ubuntu 20 is available now. Okay, so but why it is showing red? Let's see. Wait. So let me refresh again. So still showing red. Okay, client run is showing red. Let me refresh this. So ideally it should show ready and everything should be green. Let's see the ComSel console from here also. In this view, go to that ComSel browser, client computer view, refresh. So you see that particular machine has been added. But in the command center also, okay, so it's invalid configuration. So we need to see why it's showing invalid configuration. But this is the procedure of how you can, install the Commvault package locally. So let's wait for some time. Might be it is taking some time to refresh, or if it doesn't show any green here, I'll tell you what is the next way of troubleshooting. Okay, see that it took some time, but finally it came ready. I did not do anything. I just refreshed it. Okay, so this completes the installation of the Linux file system package on the Linux virtual machine.